So let's talk about the 6 different types of triangles that we'll be discussing today. First, let's know that a triangle is a 3-sided figure with 3 angles in there. X, Y, let's call this Z. Okay? It's a 3-sided figure, 1, 2, 3 sides, and it has 3 angles. Now, what is very important to note is that we have 3 angles inside, and all these angles, x plus y plus z, all these angles equals to 180 degrees when we add them up. The symbol for an angle is just this. So if we have this and x, we're saying angle x. All right. Now, and what's also important to note is that someone may say, what do you call an angle? Let's say we have 2 lines. It doesn't matter how long these lines are. What the angle is the space between these 2 lines. Okay? The space can be small or the space can be big. So the angle tells you how wide the space is. When the both of them meet right here, this is what you call your angle. Now, it doesn't matter how long these lines are. What the angle is the space between them. Okay, so an acute angle triangle is a triangle where all angles right here is less than 90 degrees. Each of these is less than 90 degrees. All right, so this angle could be 70 degrees. This angle could be, let's say, 80 degrees. And then this angle must be 30 degrees. And why I say this angle must be 30 degrees, all 3 angles in your triangle all add up to 180 degrees. So no matter what your triangle is, all 3 angles add up to be 180 degrees. In this case, 70 plus 30 is 100, plus 80 equals to 180 degrees. Okay, now a right angle triangle is a triangle where one of the angles is equals to 90 degrees. Okay? So a right angle triangle is a triangle where one of its angles is equal to 90 degrees, and we represent this 90 by this sign right there. And the opposite side to this is what we call the hypotenuse. Okay? Hypotenuse. The hypotenuse is the longest side of your right angled triangle. So we speak about hypotenuse when we talk about a right angled triangle. Okay. And next triangle is what we call an obtuse angle triangle. And what we call an obtuse angle triangle, where one of the angles is greater than 90 degrees. Okay? So this is 90 degrees, where we have this signature right there. So whenever you have a triangle where one angle is greater than 90 degrees, we call that an obtuse triangle. We call this a scalene triangle. It's where all 3 sides are of a different length. All 3 sides are of a different length. So let's say this is 7, this is 4, this is 6. So that's what you call a scalene triangle, where all 3 sides are of a different length. Okay, so let's speak about an isosceles triangle. Okay, so this is what we call an isosceles triangle right here, where we have 2 sides and 2 angles being equal. So let's say this side is 6, this side is 6, and let's say this side here is 5. Okay, so we have these 2 sides equal, and these angles will be equal angles. So pretty much the equal sides, which are these 2 sides, lies opposite to the equal angles. So this is your angle x. This side is the same as this side which lies across from this angle x as well. So just remember an isosceles triangle has two sides and two angles that are equal. Let's speak about an equilateral triangle, okay? Where an equilateral triangle has all its sides and angles being equal. So if this is x, this is x, this is x. All the sides are equal and all the angles are equal. And if all the angles are equal, each angle must be equal to what? 60 degrees. And why 60 degrees? Because remember that all the angles in a triangle all add up to be 180 degrees. So if you have three angles in there and all of them are equal, we just divide 180 by 3, we get 60 degrees each, okay? Before I finish this video, let me show you something really quick. If you have a line and you have a next line that intersects this line, this angle right here is equals to 180 degrees. So angles on a straight line is equal to 180 degrees. So this line, this angle right here, and this angle right here, when you add them, x plus y is equals to 180 degrees. Angle on a straight line, when you add the both of them up, is equals to 180 degrees. All right, folks, so thanks for joining me, and please just subscribe to the channel, share and like it, because we're coming at you with a lot more beautiful mathematics, all right? So it's good to have you here. See you next time.